All right, hello and welcome back to week number 21, guys. 21 of the Smart Start Recreational Therapy Insights YouTube channel by Smart CU's Hub. My name is Nathan Lamaster, your host and founder of Smart CU's Hub. And this week we are talking about an often misunderstood but very vital part of recreational therapy, which is called leisure education and advocacy. So you may have heard leisure education in the leisure ability model. You might have heard it in school. You might have maybe heard it at conferences. But what really is it? And what should we be doing as recreational therapists? So we're going to be talking about that today. So without further ado, let's dive right on in. All right, the first question we have today is, what is leisure education? So leisure education is all about helping individuals understand the value of leisure, identify personal interests and preferences, learn how to access resources in their community, and develop the confidence and skills to participate in those things that they're interested in. For many clients, especially those with disabilities, like mental health conditions or institutionalized experiences, leisure doesn't come naturally. Okay, so some may have never been taught how to choose, plan, enjoy their free time, and then we're here as recreational therapists to help them to change that. All right, so components of leisure education. Okay, leisure education can include self-awareness activities, helping clients explore what they like and why they like it. Leisure skill building, teaching rules, techniques, or etiquette for new activities because maybe they've never been exposed to those things. I've had clients that, when I was working in mental health, for instance, that would cut lines, go out of turn. Those types of things translate to everyday life, and boy, does it really help them to integrate into society a lot better using these types of leisure education activities. Resource education, learning about community programs, equipment, or managing their leisure time. Decision making and planning. Okay, so supporting autonomy in choosing and managing their leisure. Some people, especially in the IDD population, their caregivers a lot of times do most everything for them. And they've learned this thing, which you've heard in school, called learned helplessness. And some people, might need more assistance than others, but the goal is to give them as much independence and autonomy as possible. So giving them these choices and might be intimidating to some of your clients at first because maybe they've never really been asked what they want to do. And so your goal is to kind of get them through that weird phase of like, I don't know what I want to do. And then get to a place where they're confident in themselves and their abilities and what they actually want to do. So that'll be a goal for leisure education for you. Okay, now we're going to talk about advocacy in action. So advocacy is on the next level. Okay, once clients understand leisure and how to do it and how to apply it to their lives, we will help them speak up for their right to access recreation. So it might be a ramp that needs to be put into a park, or it might be wanting to go to a museum, but the museum's really old and they're like, well, we don't want to be ADA accessible. Well, they have to be, unless they got a historical exemption, which kind of stinks. But, our goal is to help them advocate for themselves, which might involve us advocating for them at first, right? To teach them how to do that for themselves. So that is something that is going to need to be happening. Navigate systemic barriers, so cost, transportation, inclusion. These are all things that our society has kind of not built certain things to help our individuals who have various disabilities to be able to participate and do life. And so, transportation, like getting on a bus, might be really difficult, especially if there's no way for them to get on the bus. Most buses nowadays, fortunately, have a wheelchair elevator platform, and so they have that. But there are other places that still need that. Connect with inclusive or adaptive community resources. Educate others about the value of therapeutic recreation. So these are all things that they can advocate for, and we can advocate with them on behalf of them if they need it as well. Okay, so as therapists, we are advocates too, just like I said. So every time we present at an IEP, individual education plan meeting, write a letter to city rec services or create inclusive programming. We promote leisure as a basic human right. That's correct, right? All right, now let's talk about some real life applications. Okay, so let me give you some practical examples now. So, in behavioral health, if you work in behavioral health, teaching someone with depression how to re engage with leisure routines can be life changing. It might be that they've lost all desire or motivation to do anything, they don't have any interest, they just want to lay in bed all day. And your goal is to get them from point A to point B. And that's going to be working with the rest of the team as well. Sometimes medications need to, have their route, but then also recreational therapy and other therapies need to have their time with the client. And the client will hopefully eventually get to a place where they find something that sparks that hope, that the desire for the future. So, for instance, a thing that I did with my clients, I'll just give you a story. So, I had this activity called the bucket list. So, if you ever saw the movie The Bucket List, it was really great. Morgan Freeman, Jack Nicholson, and these two guys are in the hospital, told that they have a type of cancer that they're going to die from, and that they've decided that they're going to put together a bucket list, things to do before they kick the bucket. So sometimes when somebody is depressed or somebody's in the hospital for suicidal ideation, those types of things, an idea to help them get to a place of where they can start feeling hope and goals for the future is to have them create a bucket list, things that they wish that they could have done or still want to do before they kick the bucket. And what I like to do for this activity is I like to have everybody sit in a group. I give them a pre-created template for a bucket list. So the title of it, and then maybe 10 items, blank, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but it's blank. And then I say, okay, whether or not you can come up with 10, maybe it's just one, maybe it's 30. If there's more room on the back of the paper, you can continue writing there. And what I said for this class, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to turn on some thinking music. And so what I like to do is music without lyrics. So kind of like a, it's classical music or something. And just kind of give them some time to really concentrate and really think and dwell on this is a purpose for the class. Like, okay, what do I want to do with my life? What do I want to become? Could be like big goals like, hey, I want to go back to school. I want to have kids. I want to, move to this country. It could be small goals. It could be like, I want to just tell my mom, that she needs to lay off me. Or I want to, have some more confidence or whatever the thing is. Some goals that might seem small to others might be big for people. So you never know. So that is a great activity that you can use for that. So another one, so in rehab, another idea. So rehab, helping someone who acquired a disability learn adaptive skiing or kayaking or bowling can restore identity. So something that they used to love to do, you might be able to help them along with that. I myself never worked in physical rehab, so I don't really have any cool stories, but I'm sure some of you do. And if you do, please write them in the comment section. Let some rec therapists know what you've done in that setting. I think that would be a really cool thing for them to know about. And then for youth, guiding a teen to choose a hobby that doesn't involve screens builds self-regulation and confidence. So unfortunately, since the invention of cell phones and smartphones in particular, we have technology on us 24/7. Most everyone does, right? I mean, there are a good portion that don't, but there are a lot of us that do. And what studies have shown is that people's attention spans become very short when engaging with like YouTube videos or TikTok or Instagram or whatever the thing might be. So much so that, if you've gotten this far in this video, for instance, you're watching this video, that's impressive because that means that you are defeating the odds of attention span because of, various technologies that we have. And it, being able to live outside of the internet and live outside of technology can be really difficult in this day and age. But the thing is, it's so rewarding. Like, have you ever gone to like a wooded area where you can't really get good reception and you're forced to be in nature, and then you start paying attention to things around you, and like you also pay attention more how you feel and you're in the moment more. So technology being there kind of shields us from having those types of experiences. So, building a hobby out in nature would be a great idea for somebody who's addicted to screens, such as a lot of teenagers. Even short-term programs can create long-term outcomes. All right, now we're going to talk about some wrap-ups and takeaways for today. To recap, leisure education teaches skills and awareness that support lifelong wellness. Advocacy empowers clients and us to make recreation accessible and equitable. And you can embed leisure education into your assessments, treatment plans, and discharge prep to make your goals and everything that you work with the clients a little more appropriate for them, individualized, and in the end of it all, hopefully you are being a blessing to the clients that you serve. Okay, so want to share your favorite leisure activity? Please do so in the comments below. We would love to hear it. So would all the other rec therapists that come and view this channel. I think that would be a really great, resource for them to just kind of see what you all are doing in your practice. So for next week, guys, so we're on to the talking about next week now. So for the Smart Start, we will be building on this theme with social skills and team building activities. So we're going to learn how to create fun, goal-driven group exercises that improve communication, collaboration, and connection. I hope to see you then. And as always, recreational therapists, happy Monday. And I hope you have a great rest of your week and stay classy.